Of course the lighting be like that. Hi guys. My name is Amber Tantog and wow. I am going to be leaving Hawaii in 6 to 7 weeks. What? So I'm leaving, guys. I'm finally leaving. I am doing this Air Force thing. I'm doing this military thing. I will be first in my whole entire family to do this, and just wow. I literally got a call while I was making my MEPS video, like literally during my MEPS video, and actually when I was charging, I had to charge my batteries for my camera, but he called me, and for some reason when he was calling me, like a bunch of random things popped up on my phone, and I was like, no, I can't get off the thing, and so I had to deny his call. Then I called him back immediately as soon as I cleared those weird things up, and he was like, hey, and I was like, hey, as he was like, do you want to sign for 6? And I was like, if I sign for 6, will I get a date? And he's like, yes. And I was like, actually, you're gonna send me out regardless of what contract I do. And he's like, yeah, you got a date. I was like, when? He's like, December 10th. And I'm like, just like in tears, because I started this journey with that recruiter since February 2018. It's almost 2 years, guys. It is currently October 23rd, 2019. And here I am, just overwhelmed with just happiness. Finally, I get to start my career. I'm going to be a police officer. So you'll see this face at the you'll see this face at the guard towers and be like, hi, may I see your ID, please? Have a good night. That's me, guys. Your protector of the gate. The protector of whatever. Yeah, whatever. Gosh, guys, like I just need to talk about this. Like it's been in 2 days, 2 weeks since my MEPS experience. I'm leaving in 7 weeks, pretty much. I just can't believe it. Wow. She's here. She's here, guys. And I don't know, like, wow. I told him that I couldn't answer his official thing. I was gonna be like, yeah, totally sign me up for 6, but I was like, no, I'm too emotional right now. I'm just too happy. Don't manipulate me right now. So we hung up the phone, and I went to talk to my grandma, and I started crying because I was like, I'm leaving December 10th. She's like, wow, like she's worked in MEPS before actually, and like, so she's like super happy for me, and she gave me a big hug. Jeez. And like I'm getting emotional because it's like amazing, because I've been waiting for this for so long. And she's like, are you happy? I'm like, yeah, this has been a long time. She's like, yeah, this is gonna be a great opportunity for you. She's always actually talked to me about joining the military, and I'm actually doing it, and I'm gonna do it. And like I've always had a desire to join the military, and here we are. Gosh, I feel like I'm fit for the military lifestyle, I guess, but you know, obviously we'll see how that goes. She was like, you need to tell your grandpa, because my My grandpa has actually been pestering me for a very long time. He talks to my recruiter actually and texts him a lot. And he responds and he's, yeah. But like I text my whole family and I was like, here's my dates. I'm gonna be this job and please take off on this date so you guys can see me one last time. I feel like a lot of people kind of lost interest in knowing that I was joining, but it wasn't happening, but like it's actually happening, guys. And there might be a lot of people in the swearing room. There might be a lot of people there, and like I have such a big family and I know they care about me. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. Like literally this means a lot to me. I have waited patiently, not with a great attitude sometimes, for this call to get that date. I wish I filmed myself because it was just so raw and real of my experience. And I was jumping up and down. I was like, he's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm just so happy. He's like, yeah, you're the first person I wanted to call because I knew you were waiting for so long and we've been practically working together for 2 years. Then I told my grandpa, he's like, terrific. And my grandma was like, tell her something else, give her a hug. He's like, I said terrific. And he gave me a hug and he's like, we need to get your brother to join the military or go to school. And next week I should be meeting with my recruiter to talk about, you know, details and I guess signing more papers. It's such a good feeling, guys. And if you've been a part of my life, like, you understand how much it means to me. And, you know, what impact it's gonna do for my life. And I guess I'll go and tell you guys why I'm crying and why I'm so emotional. And maybe one, because I might be getting my period. I should be getting my period very soon. And two, like, I've needed the stability, and not as my identity, but I needed to make my own life, a new career. You know, since my divorce, I felt like I had no identity. I felt like I didn't even know what I wanted in life, besides the fact of being super fit and going to the CrossFit Games, which I don't know if that's ever gonna be in the wheelhouse. Eventually, we'll see. But like, really, this means so much because now I am making my own life, and it's so scary because I don't know what's in store for me, but because I know that God was in it the whole entire time, was just like, wow. I'm not gonna lie, it really sucked. 19 months of just trying to enlist is, ugh. If you don't know my full story of why I'm joining, and I guess whatever, you can click on this video right over here and or up here, wherever, and kind of get the lowdown of that. But basically, I got a divorce back in 2018, 19, gosh, no, 18 or 17. Oh dear Lord. But no, it was 18. That's, yeah, I don't know, damn it. But yeah, I was struggling a lot. I went through a lot of pain. I was very lost, and you know, I went back to church and it changed everything. I was saved back in 2009 and God was in me, I knew it, but I never had a relationship with him. God was always there for me and still always has been. There was one time I had an opportunity to, like, I guess, seek God and talk to him in church. And he said, you're gonna do great things in the Air Force. And now when he is specific, you follow it. And it's here, like, it's happening. I've been through so much hurt and pain. That is so amazing to be happy and just to find your purpose. And, you know, maybe it's not like what I'm gonna expect it to be, but what I think God has me, or where he has me, and why it took so long for me to enlist finally, is because I had to work on a lot of things in my soul and in my heart. A lot of anger, a lot of jealousy, a lot of hatred and lust. You know, it's not fully clean. My heart is definitely not fully clean. I'll admit to it. But it has progressed so much. And like, I still fall every single time. But God's always there. He's blessed me beyond what I could imagine. What I believe God is sending me to the Air Force for is to help the lost, help people find purpose within themselves through God, to disciple them, to be there for them, to be a friend, like a real friend. You know, even if everyone thinks one person is horrible or whatever, I always want to be there for somebody. And, you know, I've been through so much, and that's why I cry so much, because it's like, wow, I'm going to be able to do God's purpose, and the purpose that God's given me to go and serve him and serve my country and to mentor people. And I'm 24. You know, I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful because I know and understand what it feels like to be alone, to be shamed, to be called different names, to be just totally outcasted by friends, to be judged, to be hurt, to be used. I know a lot of that hurt, and like, you know, when I see people hurting, I literally will freaking hurt in my heart, and I will feel their emotions, which is also a flaw in itself. But people appreciate that. People appreciate them telling them like, it's okay and I'm gonna be here for you, just let me listen, you know. And with this generation growing up, like, we need to have leaders who are talking about, you know, mental health. Mental health is so important, and I know like it's like a fad thing right now, which is so dumb. People deal with anxiety and depression and suicide, and now with, you know, social media, it's so easy to be ripped out of your contentment and feel like you need to buy these things, be around these people to be somebody. And it's so stupid. Like, sometimes I feel down that trap, and that's why I had to walk away from CrossFit. I felt like I was so consumed in performance, and you know, there's nothing wrong with performance, but the fact of me looking at myself horribly, even though I know I'm at a very high level of fitness, is just so sad. And just nobody was there for me. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of people weren't there for me, and you know, they didn't check up on me, and I grew a lot of anger towards that. And now I'm learning to forgive these people and to love them. And it sucks knowing that there's so many people who are hurting out there, who don't know how to process and digest things. And I want to be that difference. Like, I know there's going to be people out there and telling me like, oh, you're going to be run down because the military is going to do this to you and this and that. But like, I know I have a God greater than my problems, a God greater than any evil or any, you know, anything. Like, my trust in God and my faith in God is really strong, and I know there's gonna be times where I'm like beat to a freaking pulp. And I will say that God even spoke to me once and said that I'm gonna have a lot of pain, and with helping people and discipling people, there's gonna be a lot of pain. There's gonna be a lot of what I've experienced already, and to endeavor and to another level. So that's what I'm really willing to risk for people, because I don't want to see another person suicide, and it hurts. It hurts to hear these stories, and it's becoming normalized, and it shouldn't be. And people don't even approach it in a way that is gonna stop someone from committing suicide. It's from a very aggressive atmosphere. It's from a very angry, I don't know, approach. It's just not what people need. and people need compassion and love and honesty. And it doesn't, like, even too, when people are honest about things, you really can't, like, you have to have some grace in it. That's where my faith is right now, and I can't wait for God to keep blessing me with further depths of who he is. You know, I just want to be there for people. I want to serve people. Like, that is something that's big on my heart. Everything that I've been through is literally lining up, and it makes sense. I didn't join the army because I was gonna have a bowel obstruction, and the military doctors weren't gonna find it. The ghetto hospital on Oahu did. I got a divorce because I was having a crisis of identity. To be honest, I'll admit it. I wasn't prepared to be a mom. I wasn't ready to be a mom, but God gave me Odin. God let me have Odin. And even though right now it's so painful to be away from him, I have to be strong. I couldn't be the mom that I could be for Odin in the moment. And it doesn't mean that I'm not qualified in the future or now. I love my son so much that I had to walk away. Because I had to have a sense of reality. I had to grow up. You know, my ex-husband was in a better place than I was. And I left my son with my ex-husband because I couldn't afford to bring my son back and be able to live a sustaining life with him. And it sucks having to admit that, but that's the truth. And if there's any other reason, maybe I don't know it yet, but that's what I know, and that's what I understand. I've processed this for many years. It's only been like 2 years. It sucked having to walk away from all of that, having to walk away from a life of stability. Was I ready for marriage? No, I will admit that too. I got married at 19, and I know that God has me where he wants me to be. I had to wait 18 months because I had a lot of gunk in my life that I needed to work on. Things started coming out of me that I didn't know that existed. A lot of hatred, a lot of just sad days. My son has a testimony in itself, and I can't wait for him to experience God in the end. And I want him to know the truth. And Odin, if you're watching this in the future, I've always loved you, and I never walked away because I didn't love you. I've always wanted to pursue you, and this is why I had to go. And this is why I'm joining the Air Force, because I want a stable life for us. And whoever ends up in our lives in the future. But I know those moments together were very special. This is a very intimate video, and I'm sorry if this makes you uncomfortable, but I'm not sorry. People need to hear hurt. People need to understand that, you know, life is not all about fun and games and stuff. It's about, you know, you have to deal with some really nasty things in your life. You're never gonna get to a point where you're ready and then you decide to do something. You do it because you just need to do it. And not just because you're ready, because God will reveal his goodness in time. So, yeah, I mean, I just laid it on the table for you guys. I hope that was fun. But this is me. This is me being real to you guys. This is me showing my heart. Showing places that some people don't even know about. And I'm fine with that. And this is what God's called me to do. To open up to people, like random people, about things. And I'm happy with that. I'm happy to be emotionally whatever, you know. God is good. Okay, get yourself together. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos in the future. There will be always Thursday videos, even when I'm at basic training, so don't forget to tune in every single Thursdays for whatever videos I have. Obviously, November is going to be a very busy week or month for me. All in all, with my YouTube and then also my life. So just stay tuned for all of that madness, and I hope you guys can enjoy following my life. And yeah, if anyone ever has to reach out to me to any reason, please reach out to me on my Instagram at amberkuunani. My links are down below, so don't hesitate to ever, like, if you need to talk to somebody, talk to me. Like, maybe it's gonna take a while for me to talk to you, like talk back to you, but you are important. Like, you have purpose, you were born for a purpose, with a purpose, and my purpose is not done until I'm dead, and that's what I truly believe. So yeah, I know it's a very emotional little video, and if you're still around, thank you for watching and hearing me out. Oh, you guys are gonna get a video on October 31st, Halloween, till pretty much you're gonna see a lot of me, so stay tuned. Don't subscribe. Subscribe. Bye. Oh, this is such a weird. Let's be right here. Why is it so difficult to get my hair together?